It's actually, it's actually pretty sad to watch Drew right now. He's at 2 million subscribers, and he's revisiting an old topic, almost like running out of ideas or something. That's the feeling, because he literally did what kind of I would do and fill in content with, or fill in missing time with something else. But for him, it's pretty disgusting, I would say. Pretty disgusting. It really makes me feel good about myself that I actually found some good ideas to record and analyze. So I can't wait to just do that for 3 more hours on live, and a lot more hours in general. It took me 12 days to finish round 3, 12 days for round 4. I do think it's gonna take quite a while, and it stacks up significantly. What reduces the time is how much free time I have and how optimized it becomes when I know the format, when I know how to deal with certain people. How fast I can actually review those people also matter, but it does scale, it does add up together. So I'm thinking I will not get away with just 12 days. I will not get away with some easy topics. Round 5 is going to be a lot more serious. I really want to know what kind of people I'll be getting. This is kind of an interesting thing to think about. The less you have, the less you need. We know that. I don't give a fuck about simple things. But you also acquire gratitude. It's like an additional achievement for having little, right? Because you have little and you're satisfied with yourself. You're very grateful for everything you have, and you want everyone to be in your level, and to because you can't just have resources. You have to have resources that you appreciate because they don't require much things from you, right? Having less, it might actually be having more free time, for example. It's more of a creating balance in your life by having less as least as possible to still make you satisfied. But it's very difficult to understand this because it's not a materialistic sort of principle. I can have all the things that I like to have, and I would still have pretty less than other people as long as I do it in a strict principle, right? But because if I was forced into like semi-poverty, or even on the edge of like not wanting to live, because just because money controls everything, and it really makes me dissatisfied that I had to work for it in a job that I can't just perform, which is really just so disgusting that there are not enough opportunities, and then it just throws me into this whirlwind of problems that I have to figure out for some reason, because that's the only satisfying thing, is like being dissatisfied is the only thing that it satisfies the need. It's like this missing piece of what should have been happening, but yet I have to do the demo version basically, and try and talk people into this idea that something is really missing right now. Because of desynchronization that Camtasia has, over time audio desynchronized from video. The more time you pause and resume, that's what happens. It's really frustrating, but because of that, it turns my video into like 4-part series, 45 minutes long. You put them together, it's 3 hours. Anyways, I did have so very little, and I recognize how quickly I acquired gratitude and how powerful it is. Because you want to share that feeling of wanting to fix problems, especially when other people can actually afford fixing problems and actually creating businesses and maybe even entire nations that you wouldn't think can exist, but kind of have to right now. It's a very simple world that we live in. Everyone help each other out, and everyone protect each other. And that's all we need, really. And if there's a war going on, we kind of back away from that, try to militarize against it, but naturally there isn't like political view on that. It's just we need to understand the core principles. All of us need to understand that. We have enough time for education to do that. We have high tier education right now available, and we will all be able to understand how to deal with certain things. So the only thing that we have to do is change education. Ninja School is exciting for this reason that education is going to change at any point. At any point I'll be relevant, and I'm crossing my fingers and being like, yes, this is gonna be amazing. But when are people gonna start realizing? Because I am anxious now, and I shouldn't be anxious. I should be depressed, because I was almost dead. But now I'm anxious too. Are you kidding me? It is not my personality to be anxious about something, to wait something so desperately, like Skyrim all of a sudden, right? Skyrim that's bigger than anyone's life. But here it is. Here I'm just sitting around and like I can't I just can't do it. I can't get the resource yet to start this movement and change schools. But I'm also depressed because like I feel dead inside. I still have to do the challenge on living on potatoes again, at least for a month, to see how it works. I will keep on changing, I will keep on evolving, but just watching Drew Gooden, it reminded me how not a creator I am. I'm not a creator anymore. I'm much more than that. I'm not here to create things, because I have to manage so many more things and so many more difficult thoughts. Because I'm so grateful, right? I recognize that there's so many resources I can hold on to, and I do that. And this is why I'm more qualified to make these videos than anyone else. And at the same time, to be able to actually participate in my own contest is actually pretty breathtaking, let's put it that way. Because I can say that now. And it truly should be breathtaking. I should truly manifest this whole energy physically, and that's what I try to do. It's like super fun to do that. So let's see what kind of people are we gonna get for round 5. This is really a terrific evolution of my or turn around of my content. Realizing, oh, now I'm a joker. You guys have been laughing at the wrong guy if you haven't realized what has been going on. Obviously, when you are on the edge of going to the next level, it's like, what are you doing type of content. Like, what is going on? But now, nobody have to watch it. I don't have to know how to promote myself. It's just gonna happen eventually. And the later, I think, the more confident I'll be in how ridiculous the content is going to look like for everyone else, but how proud I am just getting an audience. We'll see. I'm just curious right now. Let's just go. I'm pretty sure, and I hope you have noticed, Hearthstone team is horrible. Is horrible at this game right now. Technically, that's how Hearthstone is supposed to work. Is you don't have good cards, you're still opening packs, you're still learning the game, and you're really bad at the meta game. Especially if you're not like top tier player, you're not dealing with the good stuff that life has to offer, so you're not experimenting as much, or you just haven't been successful. Firebat has been able to be successful from the very beginning and establish his ego. That's what we're gonna have to be dealing with on round 5. Also add the Justin Bieber. Who would have thought, right? But that's Selena Gomez's friend, let's put it that way, and he's gonna represent that for us. I have my girls, 4 girls, and they have their friends to help them out and fill in the blanks. And I think he's pretty okay. Yeah, it's almost like Hearthstone is a meme where you, at first you have like just 1 mana to work with, and you have 2 mana to work with, then 3. It all seems to grow exponentially because you're also establishing the board and shit. So, hey, maybe they can turn it around and turn it around really, really quickly, and maybe even more so than I could even think about being possible. You never know when someone can just mess up the rules and make me rethink the whole game of how it's supposed to work. It doesn't change the fact that I have reviewed the people, and these numbers are pretty solid, but something can change. At any point, I can just add a random or a bonus round for whatever reason, or give more points for the team scoring. Anything can change, and the Hearthstone team would in fact try and squeeze any of those doubts out of me just to get an advantage. Also, I need to mention that I do revisit the people that I just reviewed because they still belong in a team, so they can still contribute even if they don't have the Sun token to do that. It simply costs them double the points, right? So if they earn 2 points, they actually earn only 1 point for their teammate. That's kind of how it works. Goomba is gonna be one of the dead people in this game. Last we had Chester, now it's gonna be Goomba. Is it better? Well, it's very dead because it's like the first thing that dies in the gaming history, right? It's like, what the fuck is this? Is this a crazy ass meme? Is this like super hidden story of somebody really crafting everything about their life? Is this a theory that haven't been theorized because it's so difficult and dark and demonetizable, but I have to do it because MatPat just doesn't know how to handle controversies like that, so fuck that, you know? But you haven't given this guy enough credit for just existing next to game theory. But goddamn, I'm a little bit too fascinated by this, cause like, I feel like in this like super tiny space where I'm really satisfied with everything. I have everything I need. It's a very small amount that I actually need. I want this to be replicated as a mindset. So like, there's a lot to think about here. Because if you just have a phone or a laptop or both, and you just have a wonderful life, but you have nobody to share it with, it's quite a fucking mystery. Really. It's like there's so much love and like the universe is so big and like why? Why can I settle down in Mars? It's not Mars. It's probably much worse. Or better. Who knows? Maybe I just have still forming attitude in life. Because, like, if you really think about what I've been going through, is just constant changes of me being more and more humble, I guess, and more accepting of things. I don't know. Honestly, don't understand. But I still can't put myself together to where like, oh, everyone deserves love to some degree. I'm still feeling arrogant even though it doesn't feel right. The cool part is that I finally can just weed out the bad choices and pick someone like IJustine, who isn't really like cute over the internet, but she's just attractive enough in her it's just weird, like what is she doing, right? What has been she doing, and why is she better than all these other people, seemingly out of just feeling level, which usually comes out to be true. I think though it's surprising that I cannot just pick Nikki, which is just, a cameo in Jack's films, and yet she's apparently ridiculously strong in my point of view. I'm like way too excited to watch her videos and shit. It's kind of like Leah Marie Johnson, but she never goes full on crazy, okay? She's always on point. Or on YouTube porn, if you say so. I mean, let's get real. If she was a porn star, it would be top tier. Alright, so Cariba Heine is gonna be first. I'm probably just gonna watch a movie and be done with it. And maybe dive into the H2O series as much as possible. I'm not sure, because that shit is cringy. It's cute, but it's cringy. It's really difficult to actually watch. I'm not gonna lie, this mermaid shit has stuck with me for a long time. Cariba Heine has been, the main unchallenged mermaid. Let's just say this is gonna be very, very cool. It's so fucking ridiculous what she comes back as not as a Mako mermaid, because that's new generation, right? Or like a mentor. What the fuck is this shit? Seriously. The sad part is that Mako mermaids are not hot, so fuck that shit. It's not good. Skip. Go left. Let's keep going. There's better stuff. I don't know, guys. The excitement alone is just like too powerful. Just randomly watching her do these random things. What the fuck? I mean, it could potentially be because she's an Earth person and, I can relate to her, an Earth person, blah blah blah. It's so annoying, this personality shit sometimes. But we're on the same spectrum, so it's edgy for me. It's new and close enough to where I can feel like, yeah, I would do that. I would react like that, blah blah blah. Just to remind you guys, I'm a game designer. And it seems that always, pen and paper works better than anything else ever. So it's kind of like You have to re-educate people to not play these stupid video games that are kind of stupid. And honestly, they will never be smart. Those games will never be smart. It's always pen and paper and just communicating and being simple. Even though the world is progressing seemingly, you don't really jump over this kind of progression of what you used to use and achieve things. It's kind of weird. Sure, games haven't been forever, but pen and paper has been forever. It's just people would have never appreciated that, and always somehow dodged learning how to play games like this. I'm checking one specific thing here, and indeed I think we actually entered a new level entirely, a new tier. Instead of creator tier, we are now in Joker tier. That is way higher. Maybe not everyone satisfy the conditions to be a Joker, but I mean, Cariba is definitely doing it, okay? I kind of forget that God has a sense of humor, and most of the stuff that seems scary or we can hardly understand what's going on, or even death itself is like you can just imagine someone being like, you got some balls on your chin, and just laughing into dying as the final last words. Like, crazy stuff. And I'm not even sure if there's anything scary, but you just gotta keep an open mind, because just because, you know, just because you're gonna grow up a lot faster without all of these resources that make life exciting, sort of. I guess I shouldn't even talk about it because I'm watching Jokers right now. So everything is gonna be funny because they're not playing anything. They're not playing a serious role in life. So everything they're doing is just funny. They're out of place. Jeez, but she is playing with fire. You know? This is one of those, like, moments where she's a Joker one time and then she's not a Joker the second time. So it's in and out Jokers, which is it's not a full game, I don't think. Can I expect everyone to be this? Yeah, I mean, Lauren just kind of in and out, just come and go, and Goomba just in and dead. IJustine, who is she anyways, right? Like, and sometimes she shows up like Super Joker, but it's like those super weird occasions. Even Shayne Topp from Smosh is like in and out. Cool guy sometimes, but sometimes just totally random. He doesn't have a strategy at all. AVGN has a specific strategy that he follows, but it succeeds only at certain times, and it's not like it's random. Sometimes it just doesn't hit the right spot. Sometimes it's just cringy, right? It's the same strategy but doesn't land. It misses. Of like, you know, trying to create these nasty words for a game to trash a game, but it doesn't work, right? There's no appeal. And Justin Bieber, well, he's a Joker, obviously, but then he fucks his own relationship. He's a Joker. He made a great song about Baby to become famous, but nobody likes it because of his immature voice. He's trying to make good music, and it's catchy, but it's not good. It's so fucking crazy. These are in and out jokers. These are not something you can reliably just watch and be like really, really satisfied, so to speak, or really feel safe that they're not gonna mess things up. But technically, these guys are just gonna do it. They're just gonna fail, maybe come back, or maybe not. It's just so fucking weird. But it is, I don't know what kind of case this even is. Watching people like this. Like, this is such a fucking deep dive of, like, defaming someone just in this moment. Just seeing this moment of, like, she's a joker, yeah. But look how easy it is to just steal her card. Just watch it, you know? Just, it's so fucking painful. So basically, all you have to do when you have a Joker card is embrace the Joker card. That's all you gotta do. But these people choose to do something else with that card. Because they don't know how to embrace it or something. So I wanna really dive into this episode, just interacting with what can you do with this card. How to be a joker, and how not to be a joker, how to throw it away. That's a very useful episode, I would say. Because previously we are talking about purely creators. Perhaps creators who have picked a joker moment, but only, you know, just to kind of show a peace sign and be like super cute for that one little second. I'm a cool creator. I'm better creator because I touched Joker card twice or something. It's like, who cares? They're all comparing themselves for how many times they touched the Joker card, but never could have ever own it or grab it or, you know, do anything with it. So that's a different story we're running right now. We can actually understand what it is that makes people so fucking cool and powerful. So, okay, the first reason why you would give up a Joker card, and obviously there are double Joker situations where you can get into like a ping pong situation, just bouncing around and you're like trapped. And you feel like winning at one time and then you're losing at the second time. And those two people constantly play you out. But first way you can trade your Joker card is just to, like, I guess, insert yourself in such a situation for just experience, for amusement. That's possible. For just acting in a movie, in a role. But you gotta trade that in. It's it's not that easy. Always there is an extended problem after you trade in a Joker card, because you always get it back. It belongs to you unless you trade in and you lose the game, because you usually trade in for a game, right? A game that Joker doesn't play, which is why it's so fucking weird. That's why you always own your Joker card. It's like, well, you can't really trade it in, and Jokers don't really play the game. But if you lose the game that you created for yourself, someone else will own the Joker card. Because that's what you can do with Joker card, is just create a game that someone can actually win. Someone can win your Joker card, but they have to play their own game while you're not playing the game, which is it's complicated, but I think that's how it works. I guess an interesting twist would be to not just get the scores of here, but overall scores of who actually is the Joker rank around here based on the scores themselves, right? Because we're gonna get scores here, but we also have scores for 4 rounds of people who could have been secretly be Jokers, and I didn't even know until I actually tested their strength. And now we're gonna get to see. And immediately Lindsey Sterling is like, yeah, I can take it. I can take Cariba, which is a teammate, by the way. So, good luck with that. Cariba, yeah. She's in trouble. Because the fun part of like, okay, you don't need a Joker card, and you allow it to play games. Let's play one last game, of redemption. That's it. That's the joke. Joke's on you if you trade in, even for a moment. If you don't believe in yourself for that moment, that you can't do something. And I'm gonna bring that theme up a little bit. Yeah, 1 million subscribers for a random channel is not a joke, and this is probably official re-uploads of the actual episodes. I'm not sure how much I want to actually watch, because it's not my type of stuff. Just teenage garbage, I would say. Magic, if you wanted to add water in your brain, literally. I mean, just add some water. Just add some imagination. I don't need it though. But can I find something useful here? Sometimes I cringe out like really hard out of an episode. And it's probably gonna happen here as well, but you get a few laughs.
Dr. Bennett, it's great you. Dr. Bennett.
Oh, I don't believe you.
Wait for it, right here.
Love you, Jack.
Hi, Candy. What the hell, man? Alright, so the way the sequence is gonna work, I'll do it in order, right? As this moves around every round. And I'll do it up to 6 points, I suppose, because that's right now the average that we're looking for. We break 6 and I move on to the next person. This way, if they're really relevant, they're gonna come back and keep on feeding me stuff that's interesting. But I keep on pushing them onto the average and then moving on until the end, and then people will start shutting down. Mostly from the end, because they have unlimited amount of time. And then I come back up. It's like a yo-yo. It's kind of weird. We'll see. There's also a new token. It's gonna be a cat's token for women. If there's just way too many women and they are creating havoc, linked to the person in question, the token gets activated, and it only works for 1 round. All the women related stuff give bonus to this person, basically, unless the token gets stolen or something. Similarly to men, I believe, there has to be some kind of technology related token where you just get too much information, so you have to give up, because men are more creative, I suppose. So if I find myself in a pit of endless content, I'll have to give the token to whoever brought me there. This is a pretty cool video of her introducing herself. Hello, I'm IJustine. Just like any regular vampire would. Oh boy, so easy. She looks exactly how she's supposed to look like, to be easily detected by technology. Why vampires like technology? Let's figure it out, finally! I feel like I will have to really speedrun her content. Just like that, you know? Just, you got cringed out of this video. Go to the next one, quickly. There's a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff breaks really fast. That's how fast technology is. Oh, it's broken. Go to the next one. Literally, vampires can say hi. It lingers for a little bit. You figure out the mystery and they're like, oh shit, I have nothing to say anymore. I will go now. IJustine makes it very, very easy. Very easy.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
What are we doing? Let's go. Next video. So technically, you can start to see where things are going, right? It's like, she has the Joker card. And every single time she goes to checkout and be like, hey guys, I have a Joker card. Give me more technology. I'm stuck. I'm stuck with hoarding technology. And everyone is like, technology will steal your Joker card. And she's like, no, it will not. And right now I am stealing her Joker card. Potentially. If she fails and stumbles and falls and doesn't do properly. Okay, it's unlikely, but that's the joke. It always ends up with a joke, doesn't it? It ends up with a fucking joke. I Joker, not IJustine. For me, technology is just a showcase. It's always super fragile and cannot do everything that you want it to do. And then eventually is gonna be challenged out of the game. Over time, just people will stop making technology first. And then start using only very niche things that culturally appropriate, literally. Once the government fades out, I mean, it's gonna be completely different stuff. On later news, the server that I got from Grailmore, thanks to Grailmore, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be fun. Absolutely. But let's say it caught fire. It's really fun right now. I feel Lindsay is a little bit too strong, and I am constantly doubting that she should have been 2 rounds ago instead of any other time. Now I'm just scared, so I'll have to like bring her back and see how she competes against Cariba. And if she steals the Joker card, that would be fucking weird. Yeah, I'm gonna do this like butterfly token thing as a butterfly effect, as if Lindsay was doing this round instead of the other round, and your memory has to be erased all of a sudden. I don't think I can make a video right now. I don't understand. I'm definitely crying. It's almost like it has been the most expensive dream the universe has provided me. There was the ending boss, And it was, I guess, spoiler alert. Nobody likes spoilers. But it was her. It was what I chose for the entire rest of the year. And why I would cry, because it was so beautiful. Just approaching her across a map, an entire map of things. And now I will never forget this dream because it was so beautiful. And it means so much more. That's one of the times when I break reality completely. So many ways. I hope I can hold on to that dream. What happened is I saw two parts. I almost felt like she did separate herself. I'm talking about Ari. The most famous Ari. The only hope that I had to ever appreciate life is to just get her. And now I have to really fight for it, because that dream is gonna slip away at any moment. Unless I appreciate it. This is very difficult, because it breaks reality again. It puts me back into Matrix as well. It makes me ask, what the fuck is going on in reality? What is this? So, I saw two of her. One was sitting in a locker. So I immediately grabbed her. It was never like this. There was maybe one time when I was able to walk with Monica as casual friends, and she was my first crush. But then when I saw Rihanna, I was like, I'm taking her. I don't care. Because there was anticipation there as well. It was I felt it. People were pulling me into this thing. At first it felt like, what is happening? This is like hell. And it was supposed to be hell because, of course, I was surrounded by so many people and so many weird things were happening for me, but I didn't know anyone. And then all of a sudden I felt like, wait, Nicki Minaj? Why did I felt her all of a sudden? And then of course that's the next part that happened. Is Ariana. It's almost like a victorious, which is why I never watched it, and I just say it as a thing, right? Victorious. Are you serious? And now there is that other thing, which is Victoria's Secret. And now there's whole fucking conspiracy of the universe. And what am I gonna get? What am I gonna do? I can't do anything because I live on the internet. I just realized that. The best I can do is just push the best, things from my heart and see how the internet accepts it as reality. But first I have to figure out what reality is in the first place. Where are all these people right now? What is going on? Is this a prophecy? Because how else would it work? Why is it random timing like this? It brings me back as well. So at the ending, I kissed her on her cheek. That's kind of it. We just walked. There was something about you don't know what you're consenting to, sort of scenario. I mean, that's unforgettable. That's a kiss that you can't forget, and it felt so warm. And it's almost like, yeah, that's why you would kiss someone on the cheek. It just feels warm. And that's life, right? Like, you check how alive they are. Pinching a cheek is a little bit too aggressive. So only grandmas can do it, I guess. So many things happen in that dream. It's insane. It's insane. I'm not a fan, okay? I'm not a fan of Ariana. I have never seen anyone do this, go this far. Never. Maybe even her biggest relationships never went this far if she broke up in the first place. Like, that's pretty important to recognize. This is gonna be a puzzle. The whole thing. Because I saw two of her. This makes no fucking sense. Right? And then I heard Butterfly Effect. And then there's this whole fucking list of movies that I have to go through. It is possible right now I'm no longer Joker. I traded this card for love. I don't know. I'm playing this game now. There's no turning back. I'm playing life. It's so hard. It's so hard. Because the work is just beginning. Right? Life is just beginning at this moment. I don't want it to begin now because I still have a challenge to do. To prove that I haven't died in the first place. I have to grind potatoes and eat them. And be happy. Because I have to solve this mystery as fast as possible. Time is ticking. And this challenge I've never felt so appropriate before. It's so fucking annoying. Because nobody does that. Who does that on the internet? Who first says that, oh my mind has been read by somebody. I have been screaming PewDiePie's dead a lot lately. And then weird shit happened. I lived through that and I immediately grab onto Ariana. I just grab whatever I can get, and then piece the rest together and see where it goes. And this is like the ending of the first fucking season of how it's supposed to look like in the first place. At first, it's supposed to be scary, right? Because I was attached to someone who went through some crazy shit. And honestly, well, actually no. It was last year. Probably 2 years ago. I was attached to a bunch of shit that I shouldn't have been attached to in the first place. But I had a dream to conquer YouTube one day. Just completely dominate it. From my heart. Just from pure effort. What people never fucking do most of the time. Just do it, you know? Just find things that are super precious. Put it out there. And do it as real as possible. Because we're trying to put reality in here. So it becomes alive eventually. Internet becomes alive. And with every life, obviously, there's going to be room for darkness. Right? But it's going to become simple. Life is very simple. That's the most important thing. If you want to build something, you just understand how simple things are made, how they're made, okay? And it is hard. Process is really hard. This year is gonna be a lot more than I expected. A lot more. Oh God. It's beautiful and scary in every emotion imaginable, okay? So, bear yourself. I was just casually grinding RuneScape because it was eating my mind right now. Of how do you make more money? How do you do this? But at the same time, yeah, recipe for disaster, blah blah blah. At the same time, I wasn't preparing myself to play RuneScape as every other bot. RuneScape was leaking out life out of it, and basically dying, right? Regardless of the attempts to defeat bots, this is still a problem. And as I play it, so close to my dream, it is actually quite a dream to make a game like this that feels a little bit grindy, but computers can just crunch it down because you constantly have to interact with humans as well. You have to constantly provide proof that you are happy, right? That you are alive. Whatever all these definitions mean, it provides everyone a challenge. All the developers, all the brightest minds in the fucking world right now, a challenge to put together definitions that don't look like 2D graphics that we attach to right now. Please. This game must go to the next level, you know. I guess last year was also Antwenums as well. God damn it. I have so much respect for you. So much. That's why I don't show my fucking face, okay? That's why. But holy shit, there's so much. You know, if Ariana is connected to Victoria's and she got split soul somehow, how did all this shit happen? What is this shit? Oh. Yeah, I thought about Antwenum because, you know, he played RuneScape as well. Those are two things that he played, Minecraft and RuneScape.
And it's like, I guess that's a cool reference, bruh. It's a big deal. It's a big deal for me. He gave a pretty respectable experience to introduce me to Discord. I constantly remind you guys, he's leading a Minecraft team. Just straight up leading it. I thought MatPat had something on him, but now I'm kind of sure he doesn't, but then I still will second guess myself just to be sure of what happens, because that's a tough guy. Maybe there are tougher guys out there. Great. This happened. I will never forget the dream. I very much value those. But this felt more real than ever before. This felt crazy. Because I never actually saw Nicki Minaj. I literally haven't saw. I just saw something headless. Just, there was a room with a headless thing or a person sitting. And then, as I crossed this room, and someone is just, pulling me in. Some person as well is probably leading me. I went in that last room. The blast. And most importantly, I think there was a huge celebration previously, right? There was a room full of people. So the way that I would say it went very public before we even met, right? And then but it's more like a dream, right? So it's not like what's gonna happen. It's more like what people have decided. It's like, yeah, you can have her now. It's about time. And it's like, only you know what you got, because it is so magical that even I can't actually explain anything anymore. I'll make the best YouTube videos, is all I can say. And holy shit, I still have 4 more to go. I'm gonna mix together a challenge for the next month. I'll be basically eating potatoes and grain, which is bread, cheap bread. And I guess I can choose everything that I have. It's like the last supper, right? The last meal. It's like the Christmas, Let's celebrate, because I'll have nothing next month. Just for the sake of it. 20 euros is what I have to survive with. And then there's more, right? I can't use internet until it's work hours, because I can use normally internet if I just go someplace with free Wi-Fi. So I can do that. It would even spark me to ask my friend for Wi-Fi. So I would have to approach him with this. Not with, like, can I get into his life and get his Wi-Fi? But to actually be like, bruh, something happened to me, and I have to work on it, and I have made significant, effort already. And I really need to talk to you. We kind of broke up as a friendship, but I really felt like he's not there. Okay, he's not up there with me, and it's kind of one of those things you have to accept. That people fall apart, and they don't want life to happen to them. They're okay just watching life happen. It, people die, and people die in mysterious ways. Let's put it that way. Some of them never even get to live, but that's what death is for. It's just you jump in and better luck next life. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I have. I can still lose it easily, but I have established something really solid already. I'm prepared. I did this. I did all this effort, and my happiness does not amount what other people feel most of the time. Okay? It's fucked up. I deserve better. And lately it has been better. A lot better. Especially watching YouTube videos on a binge watch streak, because I was taking care of people. That's how it felt. It felt like a really important thing. I feel also right now kind of synchronized with Ariana a little bit. Just a little bit synchronized. And scary, because if I go deeper into that feeling, like, scary things can probably happen again. Universe has, let's say, a couple of scary things. I'm just saying. But I cannot let her go anymore. As well. It's that clutch or really uncomfortable feeling of like you got something in there, in your heart right now. There's no changing that one. You have to grow out of it. You can't untwist the knot anymore. Because there is no knot. There is no no. You have literally consented to love her. Because that's how you got the love card. The ace. Now it's not the ace of spades. It's not the ace of hearts. It's not ace of anything. It's just an ace. That's what you have to understand. Aces are not 1 and 4. Okay. Aces is the entire deck of cards. With the idea of jokers. That you can cheat the game. Right? That's what jokers are for. To remind you that the game can be cheated. And there can be 2 jokers instead of 4. I guess that's the ending, right, of the... What is a deck? What is your deck? Oh my god, so beautiful. This is not okay. I did not consent. Because look at it. What? This is happening? I do have to save her. I do have to watch her content and theorize in this whole battle, YouTube Battle Royale. You know what is gonna happen right now? It's changing into something else. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen, so let's just keep on making them fight each other or outperform each other. Because right now we're just trying to understand what Joker cards are about. I just revealed you a sneak peek of what is an ace card when someone's love is just awakened. Bam! It is here. You are in love. It's a wonderful news for you. Wow. That's... Monica was not my first crush. This is. Because I was just curious about Monica. I just needed to know, who is she? What is a girl? Why do I like her? Can you help me with these questions? Or does it actually hurt you so much that you have to fucking reject me before we even do anything? I was moving too fast. I was. But she couldn't handle it. And most importantly, my curiosity was deserved, so to speak. My first crush was my food. which I didn't saw it as food. I saw it as a question, and it's almost like, well, you gotta eat, dude. You deserve it. No, no, I don't. No, I didn't. I didn't took her. I wasn't in love. So how am I supposed to eat food if you don't love it already? Which is weird. But the reality is, food is just a concept. Someone has to make you food that you love. You love the person who makes food, you know? And then you just eat it. Whatever. Who fucking cares, right? If it's poison or not. So technically nobody's living right now. Because in order to create life, you have to eat food from the one you love. Right now we're eating food from factories. True. If we can make food, well, it's not really food in the first place. There's so many concepts I have to fucking question and be like, what the fuck? And then, haha, you know, you're gonna watch all these videos that just twist your mind and just, we just push you together with artists. Get the fuck out of here. Watch those videos. Watch these videos. Get off. Don't put it into your mind, because it's too difficult. It's almost like the dome has been cracked. The dome of the earth has been cracked. Emergency, emergency. NASA has landed. Because she loves NASA so much, might as well own it, you know. That's one of the most valuable things to actually buy right now. Just buy NASA. Ari, if you're listening, buy NASA quickly. They have songs still. It's really good stuff. And it's gonna crash. That's kind of how you buy things, right? You remind yourself, this is how the story goes. And there's no inconsistencies. Earth is flat. So some stock has to crash. So you just buy into the crash, right? It's like, I'll take care of you, you know, just give me something. Because the stocks right now are very expensive, right? So you just buy some valuable things, you know, slowly, or create it as an availability. But it's like, but you have to accept the earth is flat. Randomly when they actually approach you. It's not my job right now. It's hers job. She has a lot more to do than I have, believe me. Because she got an ace card almost out of pure effort of other people, because she has a lot of people on her back. And she's probably slowly realizing how fucking weird her life is. Like, oh my god, are you kidding me? There's a lot of people just preparing her and realizing perhaps that she has a mystery. I mean, she did become famous after Victorious, and maybe something happened, right? Maybe there is the evil Ari. Oh boy, I can't wait. We have a full. Just so weird. It's all timed out perfectly. I cried so many tears. If I was collecting points, that would be a 10. That would be a perfect score. If I was a teacher, I'm like, okay, dude, you have succeeded school. Because getting 10 is like, that's where you're going, you know? You have 45 minutes to perform. Get a perfect score of 10. And you pass. You pass school. You don't need anything. You just need life. More life, you know? I'm not gonna tie you down to your desk. I just want to know what's happening in your life. Please. It's killing me just as much. Oh my god. Okay. RuneScape. Go to hell. We have a lot to work with right now. What the fuck? What is this? Nice names you have there. What is this? Meaning of life? What? I really like this. Just random. I was looking at what activities you do at RuneScape and how much you earn from them. So, apparently this, how much? Collecting bones, basically. I don't care, though. It's all about the prayer, man. All about the shittiest skill ever. Besides fire making. Okay. I will recover. We can continue. I almost want to like do the Goomba thing instead. God damn it. This is almost the last song that I pushed into my ultimate playlist. There's no hard feelings, okay? It's some oldie. Just cannot get it out of my head. So for a little while, this is what I'm gonna have. This kiss to the cheek thing. Linkin Park and Ariana together. Great stuff. Alright. Shayne Topp after IJustine. I'm burnt out on IJustine. I just can't. What? It's so cool. Let's go. Now, would I really cripple my dream for this? I probably need to write it down as best as I can. Although I remember most of my dreams to quite a degree, they're all seemingly try to mix themselves up. I think I will write it down. I have a perfect spot, obviously, for that. It's the story mode, so we were waiting. Antonym discovered. Absolutely. I was trying to define what antonym is. I think I did a good job. It's the biggest cupcake yet. Cupcakes are definitions. Cupcakes is what we bake over here, okay? Definitions. Let's define this. And dedicate the entire video about it. And be super happy. Like, yay, we're breathing life into everything. Into the world. Internet is a big place. We need a new language, after all. So let's first lay down what definitions mean. And then we can make up the words for it. Because those are big deals. Oh, I remember now, the plot thickens. Because Rebecca Black actually was the first one to give me the vivid dream. She approached me and is like, "Are you a virgin?" Congratulations, Rebecca. You have passed. Very much so. In fact, I mean, she has appeared multiple times and almost tried to create a story because she was so, I guess, blessed to be a part of this. But I needed her. I needed someone who will take care of a beast that is Ariana. I mean, like, what the hell are you talking about? I needed a secret agent that will help me through this matrix. And Rebecca is perfect for that, I hope. We lived through it. It's done. But she was first. She was the first crush, technically. It's a weird one, but if I'm no longer sure what definition is, but let's call it that. Maybe not the best crush, but hey, you get what you get. We still have a lot of work to do. Alright, we can go back to the content. We're gonna watch a comedian now perform. I think that's the first. Let's just jump into it. It's a new Smoshcast that took over the last Smoshcast, but Anthony ran away and be like, psych, I can still perform to you guys. And let's see how that works out. I don't think I put him up high because he's that good. He chose an interesting direction, let's put it that way. It's not a lot of content, but it's very watchable. I'm not sure where it's gonna go from here. But enough about that. Let's do Shayne. This guy. Right here. Exactly this guy. When your most heroic piece of comedy is Courtney freaking Miller, you know there's something wrong, okay? I watched the best of Shayne Topp, and that's the highlight, literally. This is not good. Okay, this is not good to start, but it just feels not good because like Courtney is that much higher than Shayne right now, and who knows? Maybe his teammates are just gonna rip his card apart and elect a new Joker. I don't know. But Courtney's definitely there. Just waiting to do something useful with Smosh, her career at this point. Because she can go next level. This technically would be his second best performance. Or the actual one that made me think that, yeah, that's a great guy. But that's about it. This thing right here. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty satisfying, pretty fast to crank up the points, but mostly because Courtney, it's so fucking sad. She just gets in the way technically. It's not bad. I can't wait for the annoying kid performance. But other than that, he's not top tier, okay? I also messed up with his name. There's actually a Y here. Why is he here? Why is Y here? Why cannot he just be Shayne? Shayne. Alright, I'll just do the flex thing, and there's a new sequel to this skit, which is, I haven't watched it yet. I literally saved it for later. It's amazing. This is like the best part in the video of how to flex. This is how you flex.
The bottoms of my shoes still red.
The bottoms of my shoes still red.
That's how you do it. Right there.
Seemingly, IJustine touched a topic where she just goes off talking about all the things that she wanted to have as a student. I don't know where to start, because there's just that one thing that remains as always. It's like, how do you make money? How do you get opportunities? How do you do all these things? And the moment you are in a form of success and you talk about it, if you're truly passionate about something, you have to share your passion and do find friends and accept everyone in your life closer and closer. And that changes your way of work tremendously. Right, but right now it's not passion. It's more like money making. Right? It's like, oh shit. Because money turns into a weird passion or a weird addiction, and you never actually know what passion even is. So just finding passion is not good enough. It's all about finding things. It's unbelievable how nobody actually is helping us to search and let us make actions that actually, because we have to be employed to search in the first place, right? We're sort of half employed when we go to labor exchange, and we're just sitting there, maybe traveling across jobs. But what we should be doing is diving as deep as possible into learning how business operate in the first place, testing yourself while you're doing this, if you could do a business, because the structure of business is so fucking easy. But none of this is happening because everything is built on a simple way that it worked, and people were able to take advantage of, turned into addictions, and we have a system now that doesn't want to change. Okay, it doesn't want to improve. It doesn't even have a self-improvement mechanism where it tests people for what they can do to the system. It allows challenges to just break down. I'm not sure what the start is, but I'm tracing back all the way around, and like there are a lot of problems. I don't like this, okay? I don't like being in already established thing that doesn't do anything, right, for me. I'm better be dead than trying to find my passion. How cool is that? I found my passion. I'm looking for it. That's my passion, looking for passions. It gets deeper than that, I think. But to make it short, the first thing that I would strike every channel with is, how do you deal with employment? Are you employing people, even for a little piece of time? Can you do it? It's a great challenge. I don't care how you pay and how much you pay. You gotta allow that to happen. It's just like Mr. Beast video. Just make those challenges, pay people. Yes, there are taxes, so make sure those fucking challenges actually make sense, and you're getting something in return. That's it. Turn people into small businesses, and then you buy a product. You're not buying labor if you're buying a product. There's something you can do about it to avoid government intervention that asks you to fill in forms and shit, and I think government kind of operates on fair terms, but you have to play by the rules. And if everything else fails, then you can always turn into an invisible ninja if you get the skills to do that. Basically, there's something more going on than meets the eye. It's almost like we're at war, but we don't know it, because war is actually a permanent thing in a socialism society, because we're always looking for a form of evolution, so we're always challenging the people and the relationships that we make. We're challenging that part of life. And survivability, we always challenge with that, because that's the biggest part of war in the first place. It's technically an important part of how life works right now. And if I'm reviewing jokers, they should be able to really refer me all the information that I need to make a proper statement after I'm done researching their videos. Alright, so if you want
to really taste Shayne, you gotta watch the Annoying Kid videos. There are not too many of them, like 4 or 5. But it really just highlights him as a Shayne Smoshcast. Okay. I'm pretty sure that Courtney's and Shayne's personalities are same type. Fire mainly, and then Earth. It's kinda relatable, but not really. I'm just kinda weirded out how different they are, even though they're literally at the same range. I mean, I wanted to watch this for a preview of his personality, but it's now a shell game, or a shallow game of just watching familiar things reoccur. I'm much more interested in what is it about dating that doesn't make sense right now? What is it that makes it difficult? And I think boyfriend tagging is pretty difficult. If you have or don't have a boyfriend, or you need, or you hide behind a boyfriend and you don't know that, and then you leave yourself hanging without taking other opportunities. It's like, I have a job. I will not take any more jobs or any new opportunities. I don't care. That completely destroys your life, by the way. Completely. You're totally wasted if you're not looking for a job the moment you get a job, but you're not looking for a job because it's a hard thing to do. It's like you want to keep what you have. It is so frustrating. The same goes for dating. I mean, it's literally the same thing. Dating and finding a job is literally the same thing, because you are looking for something. You're looking for some kind of service, and it's not there. Literally, the best way to do it is to actually create it out of thin air. Even if you're dating nothing, you're probably doing better than most people. I'm just saying. Nothing. Just imaginary stuff. And I'm not sad about it. I'm not angry about it. This is where I defaulted at. I can't do anything about it. And I know that a lot of people are defaulting it into that as well. It's a neutral solution. It's how you do it that, matters at this point to your personality. But this is a neutral solution. It's just give up. You're not gonna have a job. You're not gonna have a relationship. Just give up and see what happens next. Because a lot of people do have to give up. I'm not sure why the system isn't crashing yet. Something is wrong, technically. Because we have to recognize that it's a problem, and we have to recognize how to solve it. We're not that stupid, right? Here's the reason why it's best to be alone. It's best to be left alone, and not completely left alone in total ice, but left alone to think, to have plenty of time, because then you recognize the relationship that you have over distance, and how you can slowly approach that relationship, slowly build it up. Same goes for a job. You have a hobby. You slowly recognize how you can turn your hobby into something that you constantly do and constantly grind value out of for yourself, and then you're able to share that value because you did it for yourself, and you recognize how it helped you. Even if it's just for entertainment, all of a sudden you have something that you can share for entertainment. All you have to do is be alone, see what resources you can actually use, and how well you use those resources. That is it. You solve all your problems. But this is not it. We live in a society, as you can tell. My solutions are worthless. We are anxious to solve things in a completely different manner.
There's something wrong going on. And I cannot do this without reviewing every single fucking thing that people put up with and get frustrated with, and just, I have to compile shit. This is not it. Being alone is a bad solution because you learn how to be alone and you're sort of satisfied with that, and you're just waiting for things to happen, but it never does because you never have an opportunity to even get closer to anyone. Nobody's ready for you to come out of your shell and establish anything. You become like an enemy of the system, and the system actually wants you to be removed because it's so much easier, and you're not trustworthy because you were alone. It's almost like you can create a conspiracy against the system because you're so fucking powerful. So there's a lot of going on here. There's a lot. It's almost like I have to redeem myself, but I won't, because I am an enemy, and I did accept that, but I'm not evil. I accept that as well, and I'm still alive. I have to accept that as I can deal with this, okay? But I want to talk about it, right, and get you guys through this whole experience alongside me just watching videos and enjoying everything while I'm being alone. You can do it too. But hey, am I gonna get paid for that? No. Nobody's gonna watch it at first. I'm not sure how fast I'm gonna flip this pancake of shadows, and I don't know how to do it. Another particular thing that society has is like expectations. You have to do certain things in order to get certain results, and it almost always works, but it takes tremendous effort. It's almost like a self-deprecating proof of self-deprecation. It's kind of an effortful thing. Like being honest doesn't necessarily cut it, but being nice all the time, or being a parent all the time, or taking advantage of things, that's kind of what you want to do, just to prove that you exist and what you want, what your intentions are, just to keep grinding that niceness of other people, because at some point a person will turn into a nice person, and they will start recognizing you, basically start interacting with you, and you want to grind those interactions, basically, or those opportunities where people become nice to you, right? You're waiting for that, so you want to be all over the place and just poke people all the time, something like that. But being social is a key. I have thrown that key away. I can't do it anymore. I have to find another way in. But this is what I'm observing right now for everyone else who might edge around with the key that they have to society, of the need to interact, the need to be available and apparent to everyone, to share their personalities and all that stuff. It is tough. Holy shit. And I know it has a purpose, but it all can be replaced, of course. It is tough. This is what Courtney said. They are so afraid of just going a step back and being thoughtful. It is annoying, okay, when people can't just take a step back and do what's best for them. Take a resource that they have been abusing their whole lives. Because if you have a personality, chances are, if you're cool, you have been abusing sweetness a whole lot. If you have been sweet, you have been abusing sadness. Or being, well,
awesome, I guess. I guess you have been abusing courage, because in order to be sweet, you have to be like super humble and let everyone just interact in a low ego way. But basically you lower your ego in order to be sweet, so you never kind of develop courage. If you want to develop courage, you have never developed mindfulness, because it blocks your mind from interfering and stopping you from doing things. So in order to develop courage, you did that. But in order to develop mindfulness, what did I do? I become a lot less cool, because I needed to test everything. I'm like, no, I don't trust this data. I want to test it. I want to see what happens. And it's not cool because I always provoke the fact that I don't know something. I always provoke the idea that I'm not confident being cool. I'm not confident sitting down and being like, yeah, I know this. Yeah, I've read the book and I'm confident with that. Coolness is like confidence, right? And courage is ability to do things. So I don't have that. And perhaps I do have to take a step back and figure it out, how to be cool again. Simply because it was a resource that I have been abusing a whole lot. Quite a bit. I'm not sure what am I supposed to do, but I know that I can do it. Fix myself a little bit. Create a resource that, I've been abusing, and I can abuse the moment I actually get it. The moment I actually understand how to be cool. Maybe watch some memes, I don't know. Or maybe, because I crush coolness with my thoughtfulness, because I actually established mindfulness so well, I can take a step back in order to relax and to not always be able to defeat myself if something goes wrong. There's some things you can do, basically, to improve your personality, and you must do it, because otherwise you're going to be behind everyone else who figures it out for themselves. If you want to be an ace card, if you want to have it, you have to eventually figure out what I just said, right? It is not easy. Hey, oh wait, what? How the fuck did they do that? Did this really happen? How did I skip the part? Anyways, here's a hottest confession, right? These are courageous people, so they're stupid. And guess what? Courage makes for good comedy. That's why they're in Smosh and they're owning it. In fact, Ian and Anthony are also just plain old fire people, but they're old. Something happened, so these fresh people have taken over. Something happened. It's cool, and I'll just leave it at that, because I enjoy these guys a bit more. I think what actually happened is you have an establishment, you have to deal with things that are just too heavy for you. And eventually, not only it splits the original group, but it kind of replaces them eventually. It's really a tough situation, so I just leave it for later when I review more of those people. I have Anthony and Courtney later on, so we'll check it out once more. Dating is not about love at the moment, okay? Just the fact that I have an ace card doesn't make me there to love someone. I could potentially get there, okay, and get everything that I want. Who knows? What dating is about hunting vulnerable people. You get what you want because you're stronger. You play cards better than they do, and you want to just settle down with that, with the fact that you just won,
and you win in a, crushing way. And that's it. That's all that happens. All that really happens in dating, okay? And technically those are situations that slowly build up their awkwardness, because they rated their awkwardness, and it slowly builds up. It doesn't get better. It gets worse. It's kind of funny because there might be a backstory of why Olivia knows so much about Shayne when they play the game. And it's like, yeah, Courtney wins, but like Olivia was bragging about how much she knows. But they kind of 8-ball each other. She's wind and water, and he's fire and earth. They have all the elements. Combine the elements, and you have ultimate power. This is like a super secret cool episode of Olivia and Shayne, where Olivia is like a bully and Shayne is, well, the victim. So it probably has a few more quirks hidden as well. Here's one moment.
I guess.
A tag hug.
You want to dance?
You want to dance in Starbucks?
Can I have a hug?
I guess.
That was like a dream come true for me, right?
See? This is kind of weird, isn't it? This is really weird. And deep. God damn it. Yeah, it made for quite an emotional ride for me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that's the ending though. I'm not exactly sure what else I'm gonna do with Shayne. Maybe he's already broken the amount of points you need to get. I think it was 5 average previously. It was 4. Oh yeah, that's fine. 6 is fine. We can move on. I was upset with Ricky actually. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with AVGN, but IJustine kind of gave me an idea for an app which is outrageously powerful but still doesn't have functionality. Let's call it butterfly effect. You just send in what you want and it starts happening slowly, right? Let's say I said I have a crush, a celebrity crush, and that is like forming itself. It's out in the internet. The system is trying to link us together and see what happens, right? If it's working out, it's going to keep on happening. If I continue to consent, she continues to consent. If we being very careful, and I'm being very nice to the idea of things working out, the butterfly effect keeps on happening. And you look at the app of like the distance of when is it ready, when is it baked, of like actually deliver a message and be like, you have to respond. Just forcing a person to respond, essentially trapping them into recognizing who you are and what you do in life. Trapping into a date and a question, do you actually want to get to know this person? That's the butterfly effect. Super powerful app that doesn't exist right now, but probably should have to exist at some point. The idea is that you flapped your wings, you showed your intention, and it's happening without you caring about it at all. The only factor is that it might fail, right? And you might have to re-enter it and be like, what I wanted. And it's kind of weird when you re-enter things, because then it's gonna auto-correct you. That one time it's gonna auto-correct you, and you will have to figure out how to go from that auto-corrected choice into the choice that you actually want. So the second time it's harder, third time it's harder again. You have 3 choices that you're going to be auto-corrected across. So it's gonna be harder and harder every single time you fail, because there has to be a penalty. But it almost makes it more exciting as well. But it makes the app harder to use and make it as well. We'll see. Because at some point it's like the app is like saying, "You are attracted to death. Please run as fast as you can to get the best choice available right now. You don't have much time, and you might change your mind about something." Here comes a month, almost exactly the start of a month, where I'm taking a challenge. For 1 month I'm gonna be using only 20 euros for food, and I'll try and survive with that. I'll see if that's even possible in current conditions, and how I will feel afterwards. Will I have enough happiness afterwards? Or will I feel like super suicidal and hopeless? Right? Is depression gonna just destroy me in this month, or can I actually survive and be certainly satisfied with everything? I cannot use internet as well, which costs money, so I cannot actually pay for it. But I will have to use it for work and for making videos, so that's that. Nothing really happened. It's just I have to make this challenge to prove myself that I can in fact survive. But the biggest problem gonna be a heater. Something that takes 50 euros a month, and something that I would have to just kind of give up. No more heating. I'll have to just use the body heat, which is an incredible challenge. One thing that will help me is drinking a lot of tea, I guess, and constantly drinking tea, because it's gonna get nuts. I am not ready for this, but I have to do it to see what's gonna happen. How do I survive this month? Because yeah, I should be able to use the heater simply because it's not the right season to take the challenge, but I should have survived through this. See, the thing is, I feel lucky to have a job like this that I have right now, and I could have made just a little extra money doing something else, possibly, but I would, or just get that 200 a month, I believe. Just give up on finding a job and just get that 200 basic income, which you have to work for a little bit. That would still be just fine. I mean, I really don't mind, but right now I'm in a position where I'm super happy, and I would rather do nothing than do something, which is weird. I just want to figure out if I can actually survive in such condition. My life would be impossible without internet, so I would do anything to actually have it. So there's no real reason why I would have to suffer, or why I would be in such a position that I would suffer. So instead well, I'm not changing the rules. I do have to like stretch or cool myself down to the point of how far I can get with this challenge. How can I actually do it, and I will be just a lot more happier if I do survive. It's 1 month, it's ridiculously a lot. But there's nothing better to actually know that you deserve what you have, and you're way better off. And then you have the gratitude, a lot bigger gratitude, because gratitude is something you need to develop skills, to always like appreciate more and more things and seek for more and more value within those things, because you're constantly being pushed away into greed of any kind, really, because that's the opposite of gratitude. And what greed does is make you attached to things that seemingly have value but are not actually valuable. The pursuit of money is not necessarily valuable. To a certain extent, it is, but then it stops being valuable the moment you can survive and be happy about it. So the question is, how happy can you be about it? And it's a weird thing, because there's so many opportunities. Just the opportunity for me to come back home and live a cheap life is crazy good opportunity. This is why it's breeder stuff. This is why pursuing happiness, money, and like building a family, having a stable relationship kind of makes no sense in a way. Because you're not exactly looking for a stable relationship. You're looking to create something really, really big that you can rely on, but which doesn't actually provide much value to the world. That's kind of what breeder thing is. You're trying to provide more value to yourself than to others. That's why having a relationship becomes a very weird thing, where you want to just provide just enough value for yourself, right? So you have a woman, right, that will provide you that special amount of value. This is why being gay is pretty fucking stupid, because you don't get as much value from another gay person. It just doesn't happen, okay? All I'm saying is this family value that sits on a very bottom scale of purpose, that's what it is. It's a very solid foundation of what people want to get. The American dream, it doesn't have to just be American. It's literally the thing that everyone wants. But really, it doesn't provide much value to anyone, so it's a low purpose sort of thing that people would seek for in life. Alright, so I went to the shop, and €5 is actually the minimum that I'm capable of spending. I'm not sure if my bag is good enough for a week. That'll be a little bit of a stretch, but it's kind of fine to realize how cheap things can get, I suppose. And my heating is not exactly needed as well. I just put on another layer of clothing and it serves me just fine. I don't feel a difference right now. I guess it's not too late right now, and I do have to go through the night with this, but I am doing fine. I would say that the more
the cheaper your life is, the more power you actually have, the more control you have over it, and the more control you have over happiness in general, because then you make savings, but you never actually need money, right? So that's a very nice position to be in. Alright, moving on, we have AVGN. And I'm not sure exactly what to watch yet. I just know his content is not bad. But I'm not sure how to consume it. It's probably going to be a running theme, so it's kind of like a question of where do I find content and what content is it and how good it is. You would think Power Glove sucks, but he did it. He actually landed the Top Gun thing. And he's shocked how good Power Glove is, and now he's like trying a bunch more games that is just so entertaining. That's pretty impressive. I don't know, guys. The nerd videos are pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure how deep in the rabbit hole I'm gonna go. I'm at the Tigers section, so it's the 4th video. And he almost got, well, he did 3 points already. That's crazy. By even remotely taking a challenge that I just described, the 20 euro challenge, not only I recognize how difficult and damaging challenges can be, how entertaining and puzzling and obviously useful they are, and how to actually utilize them, but you have to stay away at the same time. Forcing yourself out of comfort zone doesn't actually make a lot of sense. You're only looking to upgrade your comfort zone, and you peek out if there's anything interesting to pick up. So you would have a reason to come out of your comfort zone, which is quite a different experience. But normally nothing really happens outside of what you build yourself into, I guess. Not much opportunity are out there. Because all the opportunities would actually destroy what you already built most of the time. You gotta be very careful for how long you go outside of the comfort zone. So the idea that I'm taking a challenge is just a similar idea of doing anything at all that is challenging, right? Let's say making a game in a month. That would also be a challenge, and that would also bring me out of the comfort zone, and I would have to actually ask myself if it's worth it or not. It's a very interesting topic to discuss. Maybe not now, but it really makes me... I'm really glad I take the challenge. I created something new, so I can be grateful for that, but actually doing it, I always have to think to myself, when do I have to snap back? When did I actually extracted all the value? I have to really evaluate all that. There is no actual value in the challenge for completing it or proving yourself that you did it, right? You promised and you now have to follow the promise. There's no such thing as that. Because you're never going to come up with something super stable that's going to work from the very first time, right? To me, the most exciting part of AVGN channel is the other series, which is You Know What's Bullshit. Because it's more about real life. It's more about frustrating things that you encounter. It's literally what I do most of the time, is just figure out the most frustrating things. This is more of a like nitpicky level. It's not that in depth, But you can sort of find some gems in this bullshit review. After all, I kind of got burnt out, and you get burnt out very quickly. Like you get through a few lines of most popular videos, and then oh no, I can't watch all of this. And I got burnt out. Like, I didn't felt exciting watching them in the first place. So let's switch up the series, which he happens to have. Alright, we have reached 6.6 already. I'm gonna switch to Lauren Southern, the meme squad. She kind of left the internet after the documentary Borderless, but there's still things you can pack up and consume. Especially her sister, who happens to be a cosplayer. That is one hell of a sister. That's why she has a head start point right there. Let's finish up. I'm watching Sonic 06. As I remember, it's one of the better ones on the list here. But other than that, it's pretty hard to find gems. It takes so long. So might as well. It's obviously the later episodes are supposed to be better. And the top ones are awesome, obviously. Based on popularity. But let's just see how much we're gonna get, and I can move on. Alright, so we're dealing with Earth mainly, and then Fire. She's dealing with politics, right? She's trying to be smart on the internet. And she's very young. She's actually just my age. And it's kind of okay to just dump yourself into the internet and get out, because you're gonna burn out very quickly. So that's a kind of reasonable strategy. I'll figure out what people have on her after she's gone. I mean, she does have a documentary. It's a long thing that I might watch entirely. It might have a different kind of context, potentially. Because she's too young to actually give reasonable context to anything. That's the problem, right? Even though she deals with reality, there is so many things hidden, right? So you usually work for yourself instead of others. And there's some weird stuff floating around, but it's, again, she's young. She's gonna make mistakes. Mostly the interviews with Stefan Molyneux, possibly watchable. Yeah, let's figure this out. Again, Earth mainly, and then Fire. It's kind of close. It's kind of sisterly love that you're gonna get here. That's why she's so high. And then I'm kind of sad that she's away, but who cares? I don't care. Do I care? She wasn't producing top tier content anyways, and she might come back doing that. I don't care right now. What is the latest Stefan Molyneux interview? Because that's kind of what you're looking for to see the last. What? I don't know. I mean, she does speak about retirement right here, so there's nothing really special, and she doesn't come back. Okay, let's see it. Now, one more thing you do have to check it out is the Instagram of her sister, because she is hiding around on the highest tier. I'm just saying, the highest tier, but not enough to, like, she's not a public figure, so it doesn't matter most of the time. So okay, let's just do it. I was just saying, it is cool to see a hot woman. Like, yeah, she's attractive, but when you want to work with someone, that's a bit higher level of attraction. I'm just saying. I mean, she can barely talk, honestly. She's not supposed to do this. There has to be some kind of other context that I can enjoy myself watching this video with. I probably found an extra way to check someone's personality, and it's knowing that there are 2 or 4 quirks that you're looking for, 4 things. You're looking for sweetness, knowledge, courage, and confidence. Courage and confidence is actually not only different, they're completely opposite. Because if you have courage, you are there doing things, and like this, right? Like this borderless thing. And if you're confident, like myself, you do the complete opposite. You just sit there, do nothing. Just sit there, just chill, okay? That's what confidence is. Your confidence doing pretty much the minimum, while the courage makes you do crazy things, right? That's the difference. While sweetness and knowledge doesn't actually need explanation, so that's cute. And honestly, I found that as I'm putting together personalities, this sort of 4-thing identification works. You're looking what fits and what doesn't fit, and essentially Lauren Southern easily gets hit by this. She has knowledge and she's courageous, obviously, but other people are becoming more obvious as well with this. Alright, Lauren, I think, went a little bit too courageous and just gives away her Joker card this way. What did Nerd do to give away his Joker card as I watched him? Shayne is probably just super grateful, even though he could just take over and do like professional things, but he feels like surrounded with friends, and he's too grateful on that scale, and not on the scale of like, wait, I can't actually do whatever the fuck I want, right? And break free and actually go to the next level. It's kind of difficult for him, I think. Courtney has been doing some more weird things, so she's way more comfortable here in the team. So Shayne just gives up his Joker card just because he feels uncomfortable all the time, and he's way too awkward. Even though it seems the opposite is true when you look at Try Not to Laugh Challenge videos. Courtney is a little bit more awkward when she tries to perform, because it requires this ability to be awkward and to accept randomness, which is what she cannot really accept and she can't really generate, and she shouldn't be able to do that anyways. So it's all understandable, and she's way higher on the list. So AVGN is getting less and less relevant over time, obviously, because these are very, very obscure games that are shitty, and it's not very fun to watch them. That's kind of it, really. It's a very boomer thing right now. His channel is OK Boomer. Give me your Joker card. That's just how it works. I'm sorry. You can be angry about anything. And right now, the older games do require a lot less of a commitment, because you can just play a few games and just be fine with that, instead of doing what Angry Joe Show does and
plays a bunch of games and tries to really grind those new games, it's like complete opposite, and it even works less for him because I don't care a lot more because I don't see what the fuck is going on. I don't see the entire game and the entire thing that the video is gonna be about, right? Like, you don't know what's going on in the background. You're not going through the story of commitment, of showing how big games actually play and how much can you stretch the limit, and what are the good ones, and what are the ones that are disappointing. You don't care about the bad ones, of course. Maybe to get a laugh, but that's it. If you can squeeze laughs, you can do the bad ones too. Goomba is a suicide. So you know what happened, how he lost his Joker card. Rumi's just almost there, but as I find out recently, he's having some mental issues himself. Like, it's kind of weird what he's dealing with, and his content never really broke through that. There's something weird going on. It is a room. And Hearthstoners are always gonna just fall into some weird trap, but that is obvious. It's like, yeah, you're playing Hearthstone too much. Yeah, yeah, that's the one. But it has different flavors, obviously, so we have to dig deeper. Justin Bieber is just, too hated, and he kind of just plays himself all the time. I'm not sure I want to explore more, but he might play himself against Selena. I mean, it can get pretty fucking gross. Wait, did I also dreamt about Selena? Yes, I did. I had a dream about Selena, and she's approaching the group of people I was with like a casual girl. And I was like, oh shit, that's her. Oh shit, I want everything right now. Everything you say, and I didn't hear anything, okay? I was just looking at her. That's really her. Oh my god. Okay, Boomer. We did it. We collected 3 of them. Avril Lavigne kind of showed up in my dreams, but she was like in the back seat. And it was weird, okay? She was doing weird things. I don't want her in my dreams, to be honest. Please don't. Alright, so she manages to give me a very useful point of what it would be like if the world was borderless. Would we have less problems or more problems? In most situations, it would be less problems, but it requires more order of some other kind. Borders can't necessarily be just walls, right? You need walls to protect yourself at home because you don't want anyone to enter, and you want to control that fully. You can understand that, but for an entire country to have walls, it doesn't make much sense. What it should have is, well, anything else. Countries don't stay the same size. They have to switch sizes quite often. So first thing first is like, build a wall is a meme. It's actually a meme, and it makes people, well, challenged to how to cross it anyways. Any other ways. It doesn't matter. Walls are not going to stop people from jumping over. And it could seem like an offense, and it seems like it's easier to just employ people and stop people who are trying to cross. It doesn't matter, though, because that's not the problem. The problem is not allowing someone to do what they want, right? If someone wants to cross the border, it's actually a lot better to just allow them to do that and deal with that later. That's usually how problems are solved. There is no actual problem of someone crossing the border. There's an actual problem of someone doing bad things after they cross into another country, right? So there is a problem. There is a problem that we don't yet understand how to solve, and I really love it because this documentary gave it to me. A bonus perspective, and well, you can meme against Donald Trump now a little harder. It's like, walls make no sense. We have to be inclusive. Yeah, sure. That political sense has always been there, but you don't see it in the scale that Europe is going through. Because Europe is filled with borders all over the place. And for no good reason, really. Because it's still just Europe. It's still just European Union. It's still just that. It's so weird. In a way, just creating stronger police force makes more sense than just creating stronger borders. It just kind of does now. There is some need to check on people who are coming through, right? Just check, just being able to turn them around if something is suspicious, or just catch a thief or whatever. It's that simple. You do have to block the roads. You do have to block convenience, but you don't have to block everything, okay? Don't have to just create a shell around yourself and think that it's gonna actually do more protection than just blocking convenience. Because people are gonna use the convenient path, and if you manage to block it in a way that it's still the most convenient path, that's the maximum amount of effectiveness that you're gonna squeeze most of the time. Technically, what I'm asking for is fluidity, but right now we're not dealing with that at all for some reason. We're dealing with that after effect of fluidity. Everything is just freezing. We're in the winter season of government controlling everything, and nothing really changes because we as people don't have any control over anything. So government necessarily likes borders more than people do. It just makes more sense. This moment shoot got with a good start. It lit me up with another great idea. And it's great that people create their own moment videos, because that's really the edge of YouTube right now in terms of value. This is the pivot point, actually. I wouldn't say the edge. It's the opposite of that. Anyways, this is what you present yourself with, right? But anyways, the idea is the women who are trying to be men, they're gonna find themselves in a pit of, well, trying to be something that is so difficult to do, because you have to give up so many things that are already established, are already very simple. You probably just have to master those, and it's gonna be fine. And with the addition of understanding that if it doesn't work, you don't have to change, you just have to understand what is wrong, right? This is not what works. Changing your gender does not work. Believe me. I am 0% convinced of ever changing my gender in any condition whatsoever. But I do like feminine side. Like, that's the whole fucking point. Yeah, you like guys, you might try to be more men-like to attract more men, maybe. Or to attract more men-like energy in your life. That's cute. Nothing actually prevents you. And actually, being too feminine is a thing. And it's actually quite an edgy thing. Very ugly. Because then you're not attractive at all. You're just a woman. That one sugar rush, right? I wouldn't say sugar baby, because it discredits all the babies. It's the most tremendous thing to have a definition of a baby that we just use in under the bed, okay, or in the bed. Usually under, because that's why I'm a boogeyman all the time, and I'm a creepy person, and I shouldn't be talking about this. I hide under bed, so please check out. Anyways, yeah, it is impossible, but it's a great idea. I can't wait to see any more ideas. Please give me. I did wanted to make a stronger point about it, of like this gender swapping. It's made out of love. Technically, you become more feminine because, well, eventually the love just kind of changes you to upgrade a few things that women do into your life, add it to your life, but you don't change the fact that you're a man at all, like at all. You make a few upgrades and adjustments from the world of women that they provide. You know, they come up with some smart things, I suppose, or give you smart ideas. I mean, it's a different world. It's gonna create different situations and highlight different things. Great. And it's much more attractive, so you're gonna be watching it a lot. Of course, you're gonna draw a lot of ideas from that, and maybe a lot of hobbies. Who knows? But the idea is not to become the other gender in any way. Is stay focused with yourself, but not again stop being edgy man and edgy woman. Those are not attractive, by the way. You know, just be masculine. No, it's not okay. You would think you become more attractive, and it's kind of true, but you become an object of identity, right? It's kind of weird. Don't do that either. There are two traps, technically. We're all already set up camp, so you don't have to go to the wilderness or desert. You don't have to do it. Just stay in camp. Don't be heroic, and you'll figure it out how the world works. It's so funny that people say, oh, it's a spectrum. Well, first of all, there's more to the spectrum than 1 and 0. There are also negatives and overshoots, right? So you're a man at 1, but you can overshoot to be a Superman. Oh shit, is that good? No, it's an overshoot. Same goes with the fucking in-betweens. It's a spectrum in between if you want to fucking see a fucking spectrum. But holy shit, is your respect from everyone else is gonna drop immediately. You don't know it yet, because you might be living surrounded by people who just so bored, they want to venture into the desert. They want to figure out what it's like to be cross-fed from all angles, all kinds of perspectives. It's gonna be insane, okay? But it's like, yeah, IJustine is cute and she plays games. That's cool. That's amazing. And it's super amusing to watch her play games because she does it so differently. It's ridiculously cool. And that's where you have to stop, okay? Don't do anything else. That's good enough, right? Being surrounded with technology, that's great. Being in politics, that's great. But don't try anything more than that. Because already Lauren is suffering. Already. Like, that's pretty crazy. But she already is suffering. And I think even IJustine is suffering from all of this technology. She could use something else in her life. We're exploring the edge. We're exploring those obscure ways to get the Joker card. Right? Because she's still losing respect by doing this. But you gain respect because you're so unique in that environment. Another tiny thing I like is that she calls herself Lauren Cherry. And, well, she comes almost exclusively with a package. as Cherry Scum and Bears, you know, her sister. That's very important to this topic, is like, she's getting points as well. Almost just as much, technically. That's pretty good. But it, again, it rips apart the Joker card. It also proves that you cannot just survive with politics alone. Alright, so Nerd actually has 2 more videos that I watched. Very recent ones. It's Majora's Mask and now Raid 2020. Those are pretty good. The new games. Maybe I'll come back and just see what else is new. Because I actually haven't watched these, even though I'm subscribed. And now, Nerd. He was on 67. Now he's on 7.5. Pretty much a record in here. And in back here, Linkin Park was 7.6. That's insane. See how crazy these guys are? Oh my god. But it's time to move to Justin Bieber. Fucking do it, okay? 8 points. We can't just let him win. Please, don't. Wait, can he be more fucking pink right now? Are you kidding me? And this is so stupid. What the fuck is this song anyways? It's like one of those Nicki Minaj songs that are supposed to be funny. But this one is just plain funny. That Nicki is sexually funny, but this is like, god damn it. I guess the plot of all this is just to remind of that Matrix scene where you come back as that dude who wants to reject Matrix and go, or actually accept Matrix and just enjoy the yummy stuff, okay? Food is just part of the Matrix. I don't know. It's so stupid. What is happening? There's no women. There's just fucking 80s people all over the place. It's weird because I can't actually tell what he's saying. I just don't get it. What did he said? Said a word on my way? Is that it? And he killed me with that. I couldn't fucking figure it out. What was that? Jesus Christ. And that doesn't mean anything, obviously. There is no context. What is this? Fucking hell. Is this how Justin Bieber looks like when he breaks up with Selena Gomez? Is that how he looks like? It's like the aftermath? The aftermath? Because Selena has to drop a deuce on his face and it's like, now I'm a pink something. You know, at least you would be pink something, but there is nothing. No bunny ears, no werewolf teeth. I don't know, something. Well, if he was a YouTuber, he would be the most subscribed YouTuber I've reviewed so far. It's 50 fucking million, Jesus. Please let me go back. I don't know, dude. I don't know. This was the most funniest song I've ever seen. So this is like a super achievement. What the fuck? But this is a meme. What the Jesus Christ. This is like, is this 2020 we're talking about? 2020? Is this literally the new Rebecca Black shit? It's like, oh, I came back from the dead. I'm Rebecca Black now. What is the date? It's 4 weeks ago. It's literally 2020. Jesus Christ, dude. I don't have to rush for the next decade garbage singles. Jesus. It's amazing. Is this like the first time he's actually talking to a camera properly? Like a YouTuber? Don't do it. But let's see it. There's something breakable about this shit. There's something really fucking breakable. Yeah, Ariana Grande just invited this guy to Coachella performance. But it made me think about something else entirely. Every tour performance ever can be broken down. Just destroyed. It's such a stupid thing in the first place, I think. Everything is breakable, honestly. But it's probably one of those things at the top that you can just clean right off the moment everything else starts breaking. Because you're talking about how do you make a performance. What's the most breakable thing is the performers themselves, because they're not that great actually. Meaning that if you just make sure that there's more musicians that people like and they figure out how to promote them. It's the same thing with Will Smith that I mentioned. If people just had a voting system, you don't have to invite anyone. They're already invited by petition, and they either choose to come there or not. It's really that simple. What the fuck did you just said? He said that Ariana's welcome to the stage, it was like, oh shit, I can do stage things again. Oh man. Wow, thanks Ariana, you're a good team member. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, and the most important thing that we supposed to break down are the top tier people, the management. Technically, that's what the government is for, to be destroyed, to be completely annihilated for the next phase in the human cycle. Because we're not going to have management for a very long time. Okay? And we have it right now, and it's garbage. We want to replace it so badly. But we have to stick with it for a long, long time, and literally every single problem can be attributed to management. Most of those problems, though, can be attributed to overarching sweetness of everything and how everyone is trying to be nice, but then we just keep on dying for some reason. You know, it's like, well, death is a part of this nice club as well, and just everything is nice. Please don't be racist to death. That'll be annoying. And we will have to remove you from the circle. Who the fuck is Drew? What the hell is happening? Please explain what the fuck is going on. How is she sliding? What the... This seems normal? What? Is this 2020 already as well? It is. I mean, it's 1 week old video. This is bullshit. I want to slide like this. What the hell is this? Alright, we lived through garbage. Let's check the good old songs, I guess. There's another one? Or is this just like why? It's probably just why. Oh god. Oh god. But let's remember, this guy is supposed to defeat Linkin Park. This guy comes later. And he has to get the fucking Joker card. Well, that's a challenge, I'm not gonna lie. You would think I would have at least a single Justin Bieber song in my ultimate playlist. And yes, I do have one. It's called I Don't Care. It's so insane, isn't it? I almost, like... Wait, if Jake Paul is the progression of Justin Bieber's personality, that's exactly what's happening with the stage. And the management as well. Everything is just deteriorating. And nobody fucking will care anymore. It's good. Let's keep going that way. I literally think nobody cares about Justin Bieber. Like 100 mil is like, eh. Nobody cares about you anymore. Honestly. That's how it feels like right now. But probably for a good reason, because he did make a pause in his career like everyone else. I don't know why people do this. Oh wait, it's because it sucks. This whole fucking career sucks. There's not a lot of people doing it, not a lot of competition, but mostly it's not easy. It's just not easy enough. It's garbage. But it's almost like, oh, 3 more years and maybe it's not going to be garbage anymore. Maybe it's going to be super fucking easy for me. For me specifically. Let's crush this party. Fuck this shit. I want good music. I can hum better music than anyone else. Why can I not hear anyone make that level of music? Well, I do have a playlist of that level of music, and it's great. But god damn it, I can hum it every day. And original. It's so stupid. What the fuck is this look right now? This is some 80s look. But this is one of those 80s look that you do not want to copy by any means. Please, this mustache. What did Ellen said about it? Oh wait, she doesn't have a sense of fucking fashion either. So he just fits in. It's beautiful. It's crazy. Get me out of here. Again, all you need to know is that Justin is fire elements and Selena is earth. And she's obviously a victim. I can understand that. Who cares though? It should have been over a long time ago. Congratulations, you're also famous. But for different reasons, not for dating Justin Bieber. Jesus Christ. You shouldn't have done it in the first place. I don't understand. He sucks. I don't think he's gonna carry the team. I think Selena Gomez is gonna fuck my team in the asshole right now. What the fuck did you just do? The problem with Bieber is just my team has a Bieber fever, okay? Literally all 4 girls got it at this point. Fucking hate this shit. I cannot not have him in the team, so I have to squeeze the juice of whatever this fever is about. Because I don't get it. I got 3 good songs, I guess, so far. There are 2 more that I haven't added to the list. But like, Jesus Christ. I don't think I can do it. Okay, so my best hope is that Justin Bieber actually owns something of very high value. He leads me somewhere in an obscure fucking alleyway and gives me the drugs that I need to just pass through this test of horror. Oh, fuck. Oh, look. He's already saying, I'll show you. Okay, let's go. This video is impressively reckless. I would never do these things. What the fuck is this shit? Is this like, I'll show you my mental illness sort of thing? I'm crazy. Let's see it. Oh wait, it's almost the end of the video, huh? I guess I haven't seen anything yet. I forgot that Boyfriend song just ends randomly and starts all over again. He's full of surprises. You know, I need to drill into this Bieber fever a little bit in a different way. Because I literally have to fucking heal it and just get rid of this shit out of my team. I haven't done this with any other teammate. This feels for an emergency situation. It's sad. But it's sad in a bad way. Because I get his personality is fucking sad in the first place. But there's nothing in it. Right now, I'm kind of on the edge of like sleeping because I don't give a fuck anymore. But just to prove Justin Bieber wrong, super wrong, before he gets even 3 points, I was just gonna switch him for my favorite movie of all time and see how that compares. Okay. I'm not sure who's gonna take the lead of the movie. Brie Larson isn't pretty big part of it, but she's pretty big in the Marvel universe all of a sudden. I don't know. I just want to throw this guy off a cliff. Just how he belongs. It's like, let me show you something, and he sits on a cliffhanger. It's like, yes, that's exactly what I needed to see. Get the fuck out of here, Justin Bieber. I might even go as far as to try and get the game for PlayStation 3 and try to emulate it on PC. I mean, just dive as deep as possible into the fucking universe that really kick ass. Okay, arcade style kick ass. And as I've said before, this is a sequel to Matrix. Like, you cannot go wrong. Hopefully these 2 hours have just enough content to break through 8 points. It's not easy, but maybe it's good enough to replace everyone. Everyone on YouTube. Just swoosh, one movie. Just like that. So let's explore the question of is she hot? Of Scott Pilgrim dating a high schooler. Yeah, we're gonna discover if she hot on every creature here that lives in this inside this movie. We have to, okay? It's part of the process right now. Yeah, based on my analysis, she's not special. But nobody in this movie is special. That's kind of what makes it special. It's like you're really comparing rocks here. Colorful rocks of who can be more colorful than the other rock. But it's still fun because nothing stands out as OP and overrated, and I still don't know which character should actually own the entire movie. This is the most exciting part. However, I don't have enough time to review it. This is really bad right now. It's so sad and bad. I will literally push it for the next video, if possible. Which, god damn it. On Hearthstone team, Firebat seems just like a decent guy, okay? Toast is a total asshole. Trump is a total nerd. And what else did we had there? I can't even remember. It's so stupid. I tried to put a Moz, but like he couldn't deal with it, so I replaced it with Vsauce. And then I just put Ranye and just like a fucking random person, technically. So yeah, it's technically a third Hearthstoner. And it sucks the least. Let's hope I'm correct. I love how Hearthstone is like a male package full of men, right? And you unpack it and like figure out how you play the game, That's how cool you are, actually. It's kind of weird, but that's literally what I'm doing right now. Obviously, the quirky part is like, that's where all the men are hiding, and you have to unpack it in this secret package. It's pretty cool. Alright, just to spice things up, if I get recommended Trump or this guy's Toast, I'm just gonna add the points. No penalties, no nothing. Just solid teamwork. Who cares? Well, Hearthstone people have a secret weapon, as discussed previously. If I play Hearthstone, they nailed it. They did what they had to do, is promote their own game. I'll check what the Steel Priest is about, why not? But I will not make it Zephyrus viable. Alright, Hearthstone is pretty rough for content creation, but it stacks up over time, I think. It's just very long episodes, and it might be just my fucking cancerous addiction, and I have to move on from that. I don't know. Let's just keep going. Firebat is not doing great, I'm just saying. Even with the additional bonus of like, yeah, I get to play Hearthstone again. Yeah, I don't fucking enjoy it. Let's keep going, okay? This guy seems a bit too intense in his thumbnails. I mean, what the fuck? This is not a good expression to have. Oh. Let's see if we can survive this. That is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Probably better than his 40 voice impression. Let's try that. Yeah, no wonder. I mean, the last time I made a comment, and the only comment I made on his channel, is that he might be suffering from black magic. He looks like a fucking zombie. I mean, exploded eyes and everything. So it's not a joke. Black magic is not a joke. People talking about you, whispering about you, cursing you, without you hearing that. That's why it's black. That's why it's magic. Because you don't know the effect, but they get you. It's. I'm not getting deeper with this because I'm not sure if there is a story. You can do pretty just fine doing music. It's fine. I'm not gonna lie, just watching this video, you're probably gonna get some good songs and good artists out of it. It's not bad. It's like you always can get stuck and not remember the song, so it's pretty good to get those hits out of who did what, how to find it. I can appreciate that part, and the expressions part is also pretty interesting because you want to see the differences of how one person is trying to tap into those differences and like show it. It's actually pretty educational. I accept that. It's very nice. It is the best video, honestly. Because of the muffin thing and the shirt thing, I'm gonna feed him one ADSF movie. Whichever one comes up first, so let's go with 8. Oh, the cow thing. That's a little bit annoying. I guess it's appropriate. God damn, this video contains a lot of narcissism. I'm scared. This is not a good entry to a YouTube channel. Narcissism isn't actually helping most of the time. Believe me. Narcissism only allows you to make a YouTube channel and be like a figurehead and just stay like that and be comfortable with yourself. Cool. But afterwards, you can't make jokes about it for too. Like, what is that? But he is technically above a boy in a band because he just happens to grind more, I guess, and his videos are great with extra help, I would say. He's up there. He's probably gonna get that Joker thing going on, but he's so proud of it, might as well lose it, right? The most important part is to learn how to be a viewer, for me particularly. It is probably the most coolest skill ever, because the moment you learn how to be a viewer, you also learn how to make videos dedicated to those very well-educated people who are good at being entertained, okay? That's maturity. That's what maturity looks like, right? Being able to have virtual sex, literally. That's maturity. Being able to do it, having safety, but having the ability to do it in the first place as well. You know, that's... You gotta grow balls. A lot. A lot of weird balls everywhere. And that's cool. And it requires discovery as well. It requires a long journey. What am I talking about? Well, I have no idea. I just know that I have to develop this system of watching videos and figuring out which reference actually matters and what grabs me and what kind of emotions I am allowed to actually feel and calculate into this mix, right? Because each time I try to like grind down to like smaller and smaller things, and apparently I might have to do even deeper and challenge myself in a lot more ways as a viewer, because I like to skip a lot, right? So it's probably not a good idea. But let's try and finish this round. It's just I feel kind of disappointed because I want to embrace it to the full potential. It's also important to know that I will not be finishing the 5th round until I finish the Scott Pilgrim review. It might be actually a separate video in the first place, or like a bonus round, because there's one more event that I kind of want to put together, because Avril Lavigne is like in the first round. She shouldn't be there. She should beat everyone. Just beat them up. Just do whatever, man. You're not supposed to be the first one to do everything. So she's gonna have a second try, and maybe I wouldn't say switch with Justin Bieber. I mean, fuck that shit. I want to throw him off in general. I want Lava to do something special. Also, we have just one more dude performing Goomba. Let's just skip, maybe? You see, it's probably bad to not do these things in rotation because your attention gets destroyed when you focus on one thing, and you get completely distasteful. It's like eating a cabbage. It's just fucking distasteful. You want to have a variety of things that you can enjoy, and just you learn a little bit from that thing, and then you move on and you apply that, and that appliance actually educates you a lot more than just learning what the pure state of something is. Or rather, mixing it is more educational and more fun to do. So that's something that I should note, I believe. But at the same time, pure state is very easy to evaluate. Like, super easy. But yeah, the biggest problem is obviously by patience, right? So if I distribute patience properly, there's no way I can fail. It's actually a lot accurate to just keep on juggling these artists. In fact, this explains why people like certain things in the first place. They get addicted, they think they don't have enough time to dedicate, they can feel stuck, and they don't want to let go, just they drifting through, and sometimes they get bored and switch to that next thing that they know. And I think that is very unhealthy, and it leaves these people completely in the dark. In fact, Goomba is the one in the dark right now, and I feel sorry. He is not alive right now. We're supposed to support him ASAP, not just leave him in a death and just leave him hanging until his turn comes up. I mean, that makes no sense. Obviously, you have to respect the living a lot more, but hey, you have to respect anything that makes things fair. And I have to quickly switch the rules and start making it fair. At least juggle these guys until they flip Lauren into this, and then IJustine as well. Then keep on juggling whoever has low score, and then just shut down very nicely. Just shut down the zap. It's over. You lose the tag. You can no longer trigger me into just, okay, it's your turn. I can't do it anymore, right? You have to do something special, or I have to remember something special about you, and that's it. And let's open the zap for Goomba and start it over. So yeah, the results are not gonna be clear for this round. I'm gonna have to watch a few more videos, running out of time really fast. Let's dedicate everything to Goomba and just move on, because there's gonna be more stuff to do. Yeah, Ariana just messed up everything with that stupid dream. It is intense. It is her year right now, so that's why it was so emotional. It's like, wow, it actually worked. She's the girl of my dreams right now. It's fucking crazy. And it's my version of Ariana. It's not her version of Ariana, okay? It's mine. That's what love is. You create your own perfect version with the few adjustments, because you want to love that person, right? You want to change that person, upgrade it, and dedicate it to yourself, because you have put so much work into it. It's like, that's what you're trying to do when you're crafting love. Love crafting. It's crazy, but it's amazing. Now, let's see what a dead person has to say. Cause we might even be able to spot some weird pattern of dying. I don't know. Again, MathPad comes off as a little bit of an asshole. And there's a problem here. As we pass through the jokers, there might be a 6th round of like solid jokers. We're not getting aces. We're getting fucking demons or something. Fucking cards that they have crafted themselves. We have no idea what we're getting at. Okay, guys? Past round 6, there might be a fucking demon hunt. And we have no idea from which corner it's gonna come from. And how big is the cat pad gonna be, you know? I have to start getting ready, and lava has to come up from all the way down. You bitch. You do what you do. Because everyone's gonna try and hold her down, and I'll explain it more in the bonus round. There's gonna be a bonus round. We have to prepare for it. Because aces are no joke. Aces are self-crafted cards. They can do whatever the fuck they want. And they can break game just as much as jokers do. Except jokers are opt-out of the game. Aces are not opt-out. Aces are the strongest cards. They can do whatever they want. So we have to figure out how to be secure out of that. You know, you have to fight 4 aces with a royal flush, apparently. I have to be very, very prepared. Alright, it's getting cringy. Let's do the game exchange. I think that's the name of his show. Because, yeah. You don't want to dig deep. When people get emotional, probably you don't want to dig deep. It's shit. Wait, what the fuck is this shit? So who's dead? He's not dead, is he? What the
Hey
fuck?
everyone, Gaijin Goomba here. Before I get anywhere in this video, a couple things really quick. First of all, I know I said that the last video that I did was actually going to be my
What the fuck? What is happening right now? No, guys. What the fuck is this? So he's alive. So who's dead?
and that he had achieved.
What the fuck is this shit? Who's Ronnie then? What the fuck?
I'm gonna be
So it's digressing a side questing guy. Which probably didn't even show his face. So I'm like fucking promoting a wrong guy because Game Theory guy was like super duper confusing about it all. Fuck! You piece of shit. Well, I guess the sadder part is that if he's not dead, let's watch his videos. Woohoo! Well, first impression is that this guy is amazing, and he probably deserves whatever he's gonna get right now. It's weird, but yeah. Let's just do it as much as possible. He's alive, and he's talking about 2020. Happy, how to be happy. It's great. He's wondering why did he go from 100,000 viewers consistently on his videos into 50,000 views. And YouTube is certainly doing some shady things. It's pretty obvious by now that YouTube is labeling the entire channels and rearranging them on who's supposed to see them. Essentially, it's the channels that are gonna be tagged instead of videos, because YouTube can't really detect very well of what our videos are doing. They can adjust the algorithm a little bit, and they can start rearranging their channels. And it's one of those hits, I believe. It's very tricky when you're dealing with the government. You have no idea when you're just blacklisted all of a sudden, but that's kind of what you want to look at, is that slight conspiracy, instead of just like wondering what the fuck just happened. Obviously blame YouTube every time. There's no fucking excuse. This website is supposed to explain itself every single time. And if you're performing poorly, you have to know about it, right? If you do something wrong, you have to know about it. If the site has decided something different about you and it has a different opinion, you have to know about it. But right now, we don't live in that fucking time when the government is telling how they feel about us. Nobody fucking cares right now to tell us, because they have full control. Full fucking control. It's half true. If we know what the problem is, we'll fix it. It's not exactly true. The true form of problem solving in this case is trying to find what works and then crushing the government with it. Crushing with something that they cannot actually throw away, or hide it, rather. They can't hide it. They cannot spread it around and make it seamless. It's there. It's like a monument. Everyone sees it. Everyone visits it. And then use it as a platform, as a mini platform to understand what YouTube is about. This is my video right here. I'm trying to create this monument. It's obviously just an attempt. It's obviously just a petty thievery. But it's probably gonna grow into something. I still will have passion. I have passion to just overrule YouTube, and I know how to do it. Except, you know, I might get under heavy fire for that. You never know what kind of security systems are in place. And I'm talking about real security. I'm talking about people, psychology. I'm talking about things that I created that will get countered. I'm not sure. That's why I have my entire motherfucking team built. Hopefully that will work out, you know. But first I have to build myself, and I have to put myself on the top and on the highest challenge level there is. However, there is going to be a higher challenge. I will put myself at round 8. I will put one of my teammates from last year to round 9. She defeated Taylor Swift, kind of. She'll have to do it one more time. All in. And defeat the other 7 exes, technically, because Scott Pilgrim is a pretty good reference. That's where I'm gonna send round 5 to the finish line. Give him 3 points. Nobody's winning right now. I messed it up. We're going to our bonus round, and I'm gonna fix it in the end of the bonus round. Because some shit is happening, you know. We have butterflies, people who want their actual Joker cards. Do they deserve it? Do the people against them don't deserve it? And we'll see. We have to test it out. I do feel like, you know, Gabi should crush Lauren, because Lauren just didn't make enough content. I don't have enough stuff to enjoy. Even though it's significant what is there. It is significant. I'm not gonna lie. So there's a lot of fine-tuning that I have to do to figure it out. As you can tell, things are getting trickier. There are more problems to solve, and I have to be more prepared. So there's gonna be probably now bonus rounds every single round. We'll see.